In a world where military balance defines influence, two nations stand on opposite ends of power, Tunisia and Israel. One, small yet strategically positioned in North Africa, the other, technologically advanced and battle-hardened in the Middle East. But what truly separates them? Let's uncover the real numbers, capabilities, and power behind both militaries right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel today. We're diving deep into a fascinating topic, a full military comparison between Tunisia and Israel. These two nations may not share borders, but their defense capabilities reveal how different regional priorities can shape military strength. Tunisia, known for its peaceful diplomacy and limited defense spending, maintains a modest force mainly for internal security and border protection. On the other hand, Israel is one of the most technologically advanced military powers in the world, heavily investing in innovation, intelligence, and rapid response systems. In this analysis, we'll break down every aspect from manpower and air power to naval strength, defense budgets, and modern weapon systems. You'll see how geography, economy, and political alliances define each nation's military strategy. Whether you're a defense enthusiast or just curious about global balance, this breakdown will give you clear insights without bias or exaggeration. So grab your seat, because this comparison will surprise you more than you think. Let's begin by understanding geography, because it defines every nation's military approach. Tunisia lies along the Mediterranean coast of North Africa, bordered by Algeria and Libya. Its location gives it a maritime gateway to Europe and North Africa, but it faces limited external threats. That's why Tunisia's defense strategy focuses on stability and border control, not expansion. Meanwhile, Israel is surrounded by nations with which it has had complex historical relations: Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and Egypt. Its small land area but high population density push it toward maintaining strong defensive readiness. The proximity of potential conflict zones means Israel must react faster, deploy smarter, and sustain long-term deterrence. Tunisia's calm surroundings give it room for diplomacy. Israel's geography demands constant vigilance. These contrasting realities explain why Israel prioritizes technology-driven defense systems while Tunisia relies on ground forces and alliances for protection. Geography, in essence, is the silent architect of both countries' defense strategies, shaping not only their military sizes, but also their mindset toward national security. Manpower forms the backbone of any military, and here's where Tunisia and Israel take very different paths. Tunisia has around 30,000 active personnel and about 12,000 reservists. Its army primarily focuses on counterterrorism and internal defense, often working with limited mechanization. Israel, however, has around 170 active personnel and over 450,000 reservists. A massive difference. Mandatory military service for both men and women gives Israel an edge in readiness and training. Its ground forces are equipped with advanced tanks like the Merkava series, modern armored vehicles, and precision-guided artillery. Tunisia's land forces depend on older equipment, much of it supplied by the US and European partners. Still, they've proven effective in desert operations and anti-terror missions along the Libyan border. What Tunisia lacks in scale, it compensates with discipline and adaptability. But Israel's extensive manpower pool, combined with high-tech logistics and experience in modern warfare, clearly gives it superior operational depth. In short, Tunisia maintains balance, Israel maintains dominance. Air superiority often determines modern warfare outcomes. Tunisia's air force is relatively modest, consisting of roughly 70 aircraft, including F-5 fighters, training jets, and transport planes. Their focus remains on surveillance, border patrol, and peacekeeping operations. Israel, by contrast, commands one of the most powerful air forces in the Middle East, with over 600 advanced aircraft, including F-15s, F-16s, and the cutting-edge F-35 stealth fighters. Israel's aerial capability is unmatched in the region. Add to that its advanced air defense network, the Iron Dome, David Sling, and Arrow systems, which can intercept rockets, aircraft, and even ballistic missiles. Tunisia has no such advanced missile defense network, as its threats are mostly internal or regional, not cross-border. Israel's air strategy revolves around rapid, precise strikes, while Tunisia's is about maintaining sovereignty and supporting ground operations. This gap highlights how technological investment transforms a defensive air force into a regional deterrent. Air power, clearly, is where Israel's edge becomes undeniable. Tunisia's naval forces patrol the Mediterranean, securing trade routes and protecting fishing zones. With around 25 patrol boats, a few offshore vessels, and coastal defense units, their role is primarily defensive. Tunisia's maritime security depends on cooperation with NATO partners to monitor illegal trafficking and safeguard its coastline. Israel, on the other hand, operates a modern navy with missile boats, submarines, and advanced radar systems. Its Dolphin-class submarines, reportedly capable of carrying strategic payloads, give it both deterrence and intelligence gathering capabilities. The Israeli Navy also protects offshore gas fields, making it an economic and security asset. Tunisia's navy may lack in numbers and range, but it plays a crucial local role. Israel's navy, however, projects regional influence, extending its operational reach across the eastern Mediterranean. This comparison shows how Tunisia prioritizes coastal defense, while Israel leverages its naval power for both security and strategy. Two C's, two strategies, both shaped by geography and ambition. Defense spending tells us what each nation prioritizes. Tunisia's annual defense budget is roughly around 100 billion, a modest figure considering its economic constraints. Most of it goes towards salaries, training, and equipment maintenance. Israel's defense budget, however, exceeds 25 billion annually. That's over 20 times more. This vast difference fuels Israel's access to advanced weaponry, research, and international partnerships, especially with the United States. Tunisia's defense spending reflects its internal focus, counterterrorism, stability, and modernization within limits. Israel's spending reflects its high-tech vision, building everything from drones and missiles to cyber defense networks. Economic strength directly translates into military capability, and in this area, Israel's innovation-driven economy gives it unmatched advantage. Tunisia, despite limited funding, emphasizes efficiency and cooperation with allies. But the sheer gap in budget scale explains much of the contrast in their overall military capability, proving that money, technology, and strategy go hand in hand. When it comes to technology, Israel stands out as a global defense innovator. From drones and AI-assisted targeting systems to cyber defense units, Israel integrates cutting-edge science into every military branch. The Iron Dome is the most famous, but Israel's defense industry also produces systems like Spike missiles and advanced reconnaissance satellites. Tunisia's military, though smaller, has been steadily modernizing, upgrading communication systems and border surveillance through international assistance. Tunisia's defense cooperation with NATO and European countries has improved its operational coordination and training programs. However, its local defense industry remains limited. Israel's advantage lies not just in imported weapons, but in self-reliance and export leadership. It sells defense technology worldwide, boosting both its economy and geopolitical influence. Tunisia, still developing its tech base, focuses on modernization rather than innovation. So while both are improving, Israel's leap into the future defines the technological divide, one driven by necessity, innovation, and experience in constant readiness. Tunisia maintains friendly relations with Western nations and is considered a partner in peacekeeping and counterterrorism missions. Its ties with the US and NATO provide training and limited defense support. Tunisia's approach to alliances is diplomatic, ensuring security through cooperation rather than confrontation. Israel, however, has deeply rooted strategic partnerships, primarily with the United States, receiving military aid, intelligence cooperation, and technology exchange. It also collaborates with countries like Germany, India, and Greece. These alliances enhance its global influence and ensure consistent access to advanced systems. Tunisia relies on partnerships to maintain balance. Israel uses them to project power. Both benefit from their alliances, but in very different ways. Tunisia's ensure peace and security, Israel's ensure strength and deterrence. The role of alliances, therefore, becomes a reflection of each nation's priorities, one centered on cooperation, the other on capability and defense assurance. Comparing Tunisia and Israel reveals not just numbers but philosophies. Tunisia's strength lies in its stability, disciplined troops, and regional cooperation. It doesn't aim for dominance but for defense. Israel's strength lies in readiness, innovation, and deterrence, designed to counter any regional threat. Tunisia's challenges include limited budgets and reliance on older systems. Israel's challenge is constant tension with neighbors, which requires high alert levels and continuous spending. Tunisia thrives in peace. Israel survives through preparation. Both models serve their national interests effectively. The takeaway: military power isn't just about weapons. It's about strategy, necessity, and purpose. Tunisia demonstrates efficient defense within its limits, while Israel represents military excellence powered by technology and experience. Their comparison offers a broader lesson. Every nation's defense reflects its geography, economy, and the challenges it faces. In conclusion, Tunisia and Israel stand as two examples of how nations shape their military identities based on unique realities. Tunisia's modest but stable defense system ensures peace and sovereignty, relying on cooperation and diplomacy. Israel, meanwhile, showcases how advanced technology, training, and alliances can build one of the strongest militaries in the world. Neither approach is wrong. Each fits its environment. Tunisia's calm stability complements Israel's readiness-driven innovation. Together, they remind us that military power isn't measured by size alone, but by strategy and purpose. Understanding both gives us insight into how global defense structures work across regions. And as technology evolves, both nations will continue adapting to new challenges in their own ways, one through modernization, the other through innovation. If you enjoyed this detailed military comparison, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next analysis. Comment below, which country's strategy do you find more effective: Tunisia's balanced diplomacy or Israel's high-tech defense model? Let's discuss it in the comments.